Attention, attention staff. Board meeting will begin momentarily. Look busy and stay quiet. Human resources is on the warpath. The wood chippers and man cannons are prepped and ready to go. The compound will be secured until the conclusion of the meeting. Good luck out there, NPCs. May God have mercy on your pitiful souls. If any of us still have souls. I present to you the board members.
I am the founder of this organization, Non-Player Character Incorporated, NPC Inc. for the stupid. It's my passion project, churning out mindless human analogs to occupy key positions in government, business, and entertainment. Why? To facilitate my vision of the new world order. I am known simply as the Director. Joining me are my executives. Tom, my CTO, CIO, COO, Systems Architect, Head of R&D, and Chris, my CFO, President of Human Resources, and CCO. What you are about to hear are highly classified internal board meetings. Welcome to the boardroom. Have a seat. Don't touch anything, especially not that beige button. Gentlemen, where are we on the Super Bowl fix?
Taylor Swift is expensive, but she's on retainer. It's going to be the biggest engagement of the century.
Also, she endorsed Biden.
For Christ's sake, he's just as bad as the orange one.
I mean, he is one of ours.
That's half the problem. We haven't been able to call him in since the 80s.
Damn beta software.
Fucking lizard people.
Don't forget the mole men.
Whatever. On to business. Okay. Palworld. A global upset for apparently a lot of good reasons, but none that should be taken serious according to traditional gaming media.
Well, fuck traditional gaming media.
My sentiments exactly.
They hit update all the time for anything that's popular that's not them.
Also, if anything, it's a parody.
Yeah.
I mean, at least part of it. But, I mean, I would like to point out that Dragon Quest had that idea. Dragon Quest had that idea in the 80s.
Did they actually go through with it in the 80s, though? I don't know
Yeah.
how old Monsters is. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah, like the Pocket Mons kind of thing? Yeah,
Well, just marketing then, I guess.
pretty much. They didn't
Well,
have a Pikachu.
At least it's gotten their attention to the point where theoretically they should try for the next Pokemon game.
I mean, like, why didn't they sue Digimon or whatever?
Why did they sue Digimon?
They
They
didn't.
didn't. They
Further
didn't.
different.
I mean, I've heard people online make the assertion that they're pretty close, and they still didn't do it, so why go after Palworld?
Exactly.
Well, the Digimon at least got established around the time Pokemon was still trying to establish themselves, at least over in our country. I can't speak for Japan. So, who owns Digimon too? Anyone know? Let's see.
I don't know, but I do know that Pokemon was basically a failure in the early 90s until it came to the US, and then it mattered again in Japan.
It wasn't a failure. It just didn't blow up as much as it did over here.
It's created by Bandai.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Banda. What's their relation with Nintendo? They could have fucking did both.
They've been various partners for games and stuff over the years, but, I mean, at that time, they probably had more money than Nintendo did.
Might have just been they agreed to.
They're
have
also
both.
different enough. And like in Japan, there's a lot of the same shit, you know? Like,
Sure. I think the problem we had here with Palworld is that Nintendo fanboys were calling
are
for Nintendo.
crazy.
Oh,
Nintendo
God, yeah.
fanboys are insane anyway on everything.
But not
Also,
just
too,
Nintendo
like-
fanboys. Pokemon fanboys in particular.
Yeah, but they're their own breed and typically worse.
Inbred.
Also, though, like, why wouldn't you want Pokemon to have competition? That makes them have to try again, you know? Everything has something that's similar, you know? We call games based on other games, too, you know? Metroidvania. they don't have to be a Metroid or a Castlevania, but it's a whole title, you know?
There's
Souls
an entire
like
genre. Yeah, I was just going to bring that one up. That's an entire genre based off of one game.
No, I think it is. Their developers small.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's only like 10 or 15 people, somewhere around there, right?
I thought it was 14 at the time of launch. Doesn't
They
matter.
had 14
But it's not Bandai.
designers.
It's not Nintendo.
That's true.
It's small people making a lot of money on the same genre
That happens on things that aren't based off something Nintendo owns, and, you know, it doesn't get this much hate.
Mhm.
I don't know. I still, for whatever reason, and maybe it's just me, I don't see the connection of Pokemon. I see Ark Survival. Like Ark Survival.
Game-wise, it's 100% more Ark Survival. They're just upset because some of the monsters look like Pokemon.
Big deal.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the AI contention.
Which, all right, they bring up a lot of them that aren't, and there's a lot that are really close. I don't know why they keep picking the ones that are like, what's Lucario? Bro, that's fucking Anubis. Like,
That is Anubis.
Lucario looks like Anubis, but that right there,
That
that's a
was based
fucking
off of-
Eevee. So I don't know why that's not your main one.
Well, what do they call it in Palworld?
I don't remember.
That's like Cremus or something. It's
Cremus, yeah. Cremus.
The dude that brought up or showed the models being so close admitted that he upscaled them and changed them so that they would fit better.
Yeah, which was great too, because so many other people from the industry was like, yeah, there's no way that could match up like that unless they copied. And then they also didn't check at all. They're like, this guy just said it. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess they don't match up. Fuck.
And then maybe this is just May thing again. Who cares if they used AI?
Well, all right. So it depends on to what scale, because all video games use AI to make shit. But if yeah, you go, Tom. Sorry.
Have either of you guys played with AI like a lot?
Played what?
I play with
Sorry.
ChatGPT every day.
Oh, which of it? No, not really.
Like create images and things like that.
I used Bing a couple times. I forget what they call it.
Okay, so the problem with AI right now is AI is based off the data you put in.
Sure.
So because if you're creating models like this, 3D models, it's going to probably used a lot of Pokemon input to generate these models. Okay?
Guaranteed.
And yeah, like just because of the nature, even if it used Digimon, even if it used other creations or Monsters World or other models.
To interject real quick, there is an example of where they ripped somebody's fan-created Pokemon. And
They
that
also ripped off a Temtem.
That's true. But they did rip that one artist's fictional Pokemon, but apparently they don't care. They have no recourse. I don't know. I couldn't find it again. I did see the image. It's in the one video I shot over on the sources.
But so with AI creating it, it's going to be like, you know, this. It might be like this Pokemon's ears and this Pokemon's face and this Pokemon's body or whatever. And if you have enough of these pals, let's call them, there might be some that are pretty similar.
Or garbage, like with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
When it first came out. I can't speak to it now.
But there will be
really good.
a lot of others that aren't anything you've ever seen before.
So that I get, and I'm perfectly fine with that explanation, and I'm fine with people being upset that it's used for the right reason. And that's a wonderfully articulate point that I haven't heard people really asserting. They're just pissed because it's AI. They're not pissed because, no, this is trained on source material that's copyrighted. It's not fair use.
Well, I would say it's fair use for the AI to be trained on it.
Sure. But I think that's our legal crux right now, is people want that if it's copyrighted material and you're training AI on it, is the derivative that it's producing
Well,
something that you should own.
Well, I think if you want people to not train on your copyrighted material, it can't be public.
Sure.
So I found the one, or at least one of the ones that someone was claiming, but I can't find the date when they made their thing. And it's
Is it
similar.
The dark
but it's
blackish one?
No, it's the little ball thing with the big ass hands.
But
it is different. Which, by the way, this also looks like an existing Pokemon, which clearly they took a large amount of
call it inspiration
style from. Yeah, inspiration. So this looks like, I don't know what the hell the actual Pokemon's name is, but it looks like one that exists already too.
But to be honest,
relatively new.
Yeah, to be honest, this market was saturated with Pokemon.
Oh yeah, there's like 1,000 of them. There's no way it wasn't going to look like some of them.
Yeah.
There's a video of a guy that takes one and he's like, all right, let's change it so it looks different. And as he's changing it, it ends up looking like a different Pokemon.
I mean, Pokemon has, how many Pokemon are there?
There's like 1,000 at least. If there's not, we're right underneath.
You're going to overlap in some way, shape, or form. Things are going to be similar.
Well, also, like, let's say you train the AI on, like, all the art, too, or all the digital drawings, or whatever. What are people digitally drawing? They're probably digitally drawing Pokemon.
1,025 currently.
Damn.
Yeah. So, again, there's going to be some overlap. A lot of them aren't complete ripoffs, except for Eevee. No, there's other ones too that are close, but like Eevee's bad.
Yeah, the Eevee one's probably like okay, but it is a lot smaller, right?
I mean, I don't know how big an Eevee actually is. I don't pay attention to that shit. It's a tiny, cute thing.
Talk to a 14-year-old girl about how big they. I don't even know. Are they even into Pokemon anymore? I think that's adults.
Yeah,
I think that's our generation.
The kids are still into Pokemon. My nephews are like them.
Okay. Oh, there's Vulpix. Vulpix is not really close. It's a Firefox.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of them, all right, it's like the penguin, right? All right, the penguin. It's blue and water. All right, but penguins are probably going to be water type, so they're probably going to be blue. That's different.
And then here's one. It looks like that Electabuzz looking Pokemon.
That's still different. It looks like the newer.
They're comparing it to
Electabuzz.
Pikachu.
Okay, but again, all right, so with that, they have a Pikachu that doesn't look like Pikachu, but they made an electric rat, and there was no reason for them to do that besides
and then somebody else is comparing it to the grass squirrel thing in Palworld. Pikachu to that. That's not even close either.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of them, people are complaining about the weirdest shit. There are ones that are a lot closer. Like there's a little grass monkey.
I fucking hate nerds.
The like electric bear thing that one Pokemon trainer has?
That's not Electabuzz.
It kind of looks like it.
I mean, but it's definitely different enough that I wouldn't be like, oh.
Like, they should have
it's huge,
ripped off Mudkip.
What you know about Mudkips?
To be fair, it's huge, though.
See?
Yeah, like
this thing.
Spark Kit is an electric mouse Pokemon. What were we talking about? Pal, sorry. There was no reason for them to do that. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it, but they totally stole the idea. Vulpix, no, that's a Firefox. That makes sense. Firefoxes exist. The fucking penguin, like I said, penguins are blue.
From the trailer, that legendary that they're flying in on, that looks like a Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, the one that looks like Latios and Latias, right?
No, it looks like a different one. It does look like that. But it also looks like another one that had a similar color scheme.
Okay, this Robin Quill kind of looks like that owl Pokemon with the bow. Again, different, but like it looks like you copied. You know what I mean? Like, change it just enough.
So, that said, since we've gone over a couple of them, do you think Nintendo has a claim?
Not how copyright works, so no. Oh, wow, that's really close. They just made that black. Sorry, I'm looking at these things.
US, different story. Since they're both in Japan, they might have standing, they might have grounds. I'm not sure exactly. But there is no fair use in Japan, no matter what.
I think that it's transformative in a way through AI.
I'm interested to see what Japan says. I'm also interested to see, because I don't know if there's any update since, but over the weekend when I checked, Nintendo was like, we're investigating.
They just had to say that because so many people were coming at them.
I would rather them make a statement saying, we don't care.
Well, they have to care now.
They don't.
I would say, listen, we understand the concerns. We don't see it as a problem. This is capitalism at its finest, and here's our next release date.
I don't even care about if they see it concerns for like suing, just in general as actual competition, and not like in the long run, but like clearly this is a market. There's 7 million people playing on Xbox. I think we hit like 14 altogether or 13 altogether.
Damn. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say this. According to the internets, Pokemon is worth $92 billion, the Pokemon company,
Probably.
by
So,
Toy NK Toys. I don't know how valid this is, but it seems to be like there is title
there's
max.
a huge market for like all the merch and stuff.
Yeah, it's their biggest, one of their biggest moneymakers, if not their biggest.
So I don't care how much money Palworld makes. You are not encroaching on nearly $100 billion.
But again, you see this as like you could be making this more money. They should have just bought fucking Palworld, to be honest. Buy the company.
They should have.
Give them some assets and let them make their game. Oh, and it's 19 million players across Steam and Xbox. And there's rumor they're putting it on PlayStation soon.
Hell, they should have just said Pokemon Pal or whatever.
They should have just
made a new game. With
make the
Pokemon.
T-rated Pokemon that people have been asking for, M-rated. You know what I mean? Keep Pokemon for kids and make Palworld slightly more,
Yeah, but that's just it. When Pokemon,
or just make like a second Palworld with Pokemon in it.
I have some of the original Pokemon manga. It wasn't PG.
Depends on which one you're
kids.
reading. There was a kids and a teenager one.
Okay, fair. So the one that was an independent manga, and not the one in the magazine.
Yeah, the one originally started with what, red and blue, and then went on to like silver and gold and all those kids. They were named after colors for some stupid reason. You actually lost Pokemon; they got cut up and shit and injured. And then they had the ones with Ash and all the other kids that no one cares about that were all kids.
Hey, people cared about Brock.
Brock was a fucking creep.
I
want to be a Pokemon breeder. What does that mean?
Who wants to watch him get it on? This too. All right, screw this. I'm sorry. I'm going through the comparison. Someone compared the stupid, sexy lizard thing to Mewtwo. There's literally another stupid, sexy lizard that Pokemon made. Why are you picking the wrong ones?
Because people are just out for vengeance. They don't actually care. I'm pretty sure that most of these people are just like the activist types. They don't actually play Pokemon or Palworld. They're just pissed off.
They're the ones worried about I don't know, the border or something.
What an asshole too, by the way. The guy who changed the models. Like, look, they link up. They had to have stole. Bro, do you know how many people are playing this right now? There's no way no one's not going to check your shit.
And people were quick to fact check him and explore. I don't know if I want to say what his Twitter name was, but it's in the one video. I don't think his Twitter is active anymore. So, listen.
I mean, they allow stupid people.
From what I can tell and what I could see, usually big companies, when a pretender rises up, even if they have some modicum of fame and success, it really isn't a big deal. Like $100 billion in revenue. Even if they made $1 billion, you're talking about 1/10. Like, I wouldn't even deign to answer. I'd be like, that's fine. Good for them.
Again, but they also just started as a team of nothing. I'm not saying it's bringing down Pokemon. Pokemon at this point is still too big to fail and makes I forgot how much you said, but way too much fucking money.
90 some odd.
But it's their first competition, like real competition in forever.
Sure.
Digimon is like a niche thing at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Monster Rancher died with the PlayStation 2. Like, who do they have to compete against?
Maybe Monster World? At best?
What game?
Monster World.
I don't even know what that is.
The one where you fight the big monsters.
You mean Monster Hunter?
That one.
That's not even the same thing. You don't catch them, though. You just beat the crap out of monsters.
See, but that's what I mean. I don't even think these things are comparable because, okay, you have a monster catching mechanic, but really it's about survival.
It is at its core.
That's true.
But people are loving the shit they kind of took from Arceus and fleshed out.
Sure.
You know?
It reminds me of like Valheim with like pets.
Yeah.
So it's a different game, but it's shit people have been asking for forever, and 12 people made it.
Yeah, essentially.
They're probably like, what games do we like? And I really like doing this. I really like building. I really
Also,
like catching Pokemon.
For how many they sold as quickly, it's been a pretty smooth launch compared to, everyone else's garbage launch.
See, that's the other good point. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, I mean, like, I was thinking, like, it's not that buggy considering it's made by so many people.
I think more developers should be pissed.
It's like
they're making us look
buggy.
bad.
You know what I mean? It's not like
it is.
Broken buggy.
No, it's got that I could tell that 12 people in a garage fucking developed this jank.
Even two people were complaining about like crashes and shit. I'm like, yeah, in like the first 12 hours when their servers blew up.
That's true.
Relax.
They had zero clue how many people were just going to wholesale this game. For reference, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sold 23 million units. So now that's a fuck ton.
This is already pretty close. And again, it's not Pokemon.
That's true. They're at roughly half, but
no, what I say? They have
game.
19 million people playing. Would you say 20 something?
Yeah, all right. You're right. You did say that. I thought we were still on 14,
a lot of these people on Xbox
that.
Are not. It's less than half. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but Xbox is through Game Pass right now, so I'm guessing a lot of people are playing it for free.
Allegedly, they have a way to track the Game Pass downloads as if they're sales.
But still, that's still a lot of people for playing your game that no one, you know what I mean? There are still people who don't know what this game is.
That's true. I was just astounded to see how many people were so pissed off at Scarlet and ready to back this game as if it was the better replacement. I'm like, they're not the same. I get your sentiment, but really you're also
people don't
just
look
angry.
Up games though. That's why what was the Star Wars MMO? That's why people were like, this is garbage. Like, yeah, it's an MMO, bro. Like, it just happens to involve Star Wars. Relax. It's fun.
It's a BioWare game. The whole reason why we wanted to play it was because it was BioWare Star Wars. Like, oh my God, an actually good story.
That Disney game, Dreamlight Valley, when a bunch of people were like, it's not completely done yet. Yeah, it says early access in big letters. I didn't know what that meant. Think you should have Googled that shit before you bought it then? Like,
I didn't know what that meant. Are you an idiot?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can see because a lot of people bought it who don't typically play a lot of games. I can see you not knowing it, but how would you not Google it? And then if you found out, you know what my first thought was? Oh, that's my fault for not fucking Googling it.
Yeah. Or if you bought it first and they're like, hey.
Also, you spent like $20 on it, but on early access. You know what I mean? Like, calm down.
I think it's $20 worth of content there.
Yeah, and I haven't even played it. Put more shit out. I don't even know what else came out.
What they should do is open it up to end user mods.
I think they were looking into mod use, but right now they're trying to crack down on cheaters. So when they launch PvP, it won't be riddled with bullshit.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that they were. Yeah, I didn't even.
Because there are mods. You can put fucking. Did you hear about the guy who made the Pokemon mod?
And immediately got taken down.
Yeah, but he made bank on it. He got taken down because he was selling it. He put it behind a paywall, and all he got was slapped with a fucking cease and desist.
Good for him.
Made bank, doesn't have to maintain it anymore.
Yep.
I mean,
okay, so how big of a deal do you think it was for the PC/Xbox launch and excluding PlayStation?
So why did they exclude PlayStation?
The licensing, I think.
Okay.
They were trying to negotiate because they want cross-platform.
That is the goal.
Sony charges for that.
Okay, so I get that too. They had no idea, how many people were going to buy this game. That's probably why they went with Xbox too, with the Game Pass thing, because they didn't know people were going to just buy this out the ass.
Well,
Which still they make money off of every download, but it's less.
Also, if they plan on modding it, it's harder to do on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Than PC.
But
everything.
I'm pretty
is
sure
harder
Xbox is fairly open to developers. Like they're like, yes, come to our platform, please.
Yeah, they are more friendly with everything at the moment. That modder made it.
If like,
sorry, was that modder? He made another mod called "Legally Distinct from Pokemon" mod. Where, let's see. I'll look at some of these.
That guy's my hero.
Oh, he just made random shit. It's funny as hell looking though. They look nothing like anything. It's great. They're just all over the place. It's like a real sheep. This thing's got a toast for a head. He's throwing bottles instead of fucking spheres.
See, I would do something like that. Just add photorealistic animals, but 2-dimensional.
Oh my god! Hold on. Is that real? The first boss is a cease and desist letter. That's amazing.
Justifiable. He's my hero.
So yeah, that's amazing.
But yeah, if you were one of the creators and you had like a strong desire to have cross-platform support and modding, I don't know that PlayStation's the best place for you.
Well, so I guess they charge for crossplay, but they're okay with crossplay. Mods, though, if you're not doing it on PC, just stop.
That's true. And what's weird is Sony was the first one to embrace the Steam cross-platform back in the day on like PS3.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know why that fell by the wayside. Maybe they didn't see the same investment.
I don't know. They're doing some shaky things in general with their online and everything, to be honest.
Oh, fair. I didn't know that.
They just upped the price of everything. Which everyone was like, why? We're going to add more stuff. Like what? Like better games. And then they put out, what was it? The Last Saints Row as their next free game. Everyone's like, well, fuck you.
They used to have decent games.
Saints Row. Yeah, they still, like this month or last month is what this didn't change it. It was pretty decent. It's just they were kind of shitty for a little bit and they upped it for seemingly no reason. And then compared to Xbox, they're not as current. Like all their free shit, or even their not the ones that you keep, but like their little whatever Game Pass equivalent is called. I can't think of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's all older. Yeah, thank you. It's all older games. Xbox put shit out on like day one. Not everything, but some things.
Oh, I see.
It's probably because the licensing fees for them, like Unity, the game dev platforms.
I get it, but your competition is kicking your ass, and now you're trying to ask more money without really making it better. Sure. We're getting the same thing. I've seen nothing better come from
I think has a bigger market than Xbox right now, right?
Ooh, hard to say because PC and Xbox are kind of one thing now.
That's true.
I view them as separate.
Yeah, I get it. But if you sign up for Game Pass, there's an option, like a PC option. There's a both option.
Yep. And you can do most of your stuff with the same username, your achievements and everything.
Yep. So like my PC Game Pass name is still my Xbox gamer tag that I've had for a very long time.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, they did that right. I'll credit where credit is due. Not that I like Microsoft in any way, shape, or form, but they did do that really well. I don't know. Maybe Sony is guilty of the same thing Nintendo is, and they just stand on high like royalty, untouchable.
No, because they're still putting out decent stuff. Their exclusives and like their main stuff is really good.
I didn't like, what was it, The Last of Us?
That is like a beloved game by most people, and I agree with you. It's whatever, but like it is very beloved though.
I get it, and God of War,
God of War. Yeah.
Oh, dude, the last two are fucking phenomenal. I played those late, but holy shit.
I think it's funny to hear the developers talk about it because the one dude was like, "No, I didn't want Kratos to grow. I didn't want him to
the
do
guy
anything.
who
I wanted him to just murder everyone.
Yeah, it went from a standard hack and slash with like some Greek mythology to an actual story where you care about things that are going on. Which is funny too because it keeps winning awards. He's like, no, I didn't want it to be things.
I'm angry because I'm successful.
I could see that too, though, like because it was like one of the main creators of it, and it's not the way he saw it, And now you're seeing it blow up, and it's not your baby anymore.
So, well, that's what happens. Unfortunately, that's what happens, especially in that kind of industry, like a productive art-based industry like that. You have to be able to give those things away. George R.R. Martin talks about it very nonchalant and casual, and I don't understand how, because he started those books in the 70s and started in the late 70s. He had the first draft of the first book in like the mid 80s. So how long ago was that? And he's just like, yeah, they could do whatever they want with it.
Well, there you go, kids. Fucking retain your rights to everything. Unless you don't have money, then sell it anyway.
Could we have like a ghetto offshoot of God of War where it's just what that guy wanted to do?
Well, that's what has been happening, not with him, but in general, the guy who made Mega Man made Mighty Number 9, which sucked. The guy who did old Castlevania made it's Blood something, like Stone, or what the hell was it called? I can't remember, but it was good.
Actually,
all these people lost their original shit, so they just make stuff that's close to it. Spiritual successors.
I mean, I played Blasphemous, which is kind of like Castlevania, Metroidvania, harder, and that's
okay, yeah, I remember that game. I couldn't get into it, but I feel like if I did, I would. But that's just another Castlevania, like a Hollow Knight.
That's true.
Was so good, and it's just another one.
It looks like Castlevania, but nobody was calling for them to get sued.
Exactly. There's a bunch of stuff that already looks like stuff. It's just that Pokemon hasn't had competition in so long, and Nintendo fanboys are crazy. They would bludgeon you with a toaster if they came out looking with Pikachu's face on it.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. And the vitriol, it's so astounding. And not one of them is under the age of 27?
Mm.
They're
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Sorry, I had to fucking get it.
Wow. Okay. I can't imagine why that doesn't just roll off the tongue. Be a household name.
But that was the guy from Castlevania. Castlevania. That was his baby. He made those. When he first put out the first look at it, people were like, "Well, this looks like garbage." Like all the other shit we keep backing on Kickstarter. He went, "Oh shit." He's like, "I will do better," and he made a whole video. He redesigned everything. It was like, boom. I played this from start to finish, near perfect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The last boss is way too easy. That's my only complaint.
Okay. Then I'll give it the time of day. Oh, that was the other complaint. I just read it again. Slave labor and animal cruelty. And PETA's pissed off at the game.
Well, PETA euthanizes thousands of animals every year, so they can.
They are the number one euthanizer of animals. Do you ever have to explain that to somebody?
Yeah, I have. It's fun. Also, where's the slave labor? They're getting fed. If anything, it's communism.
Maybe socialism, even.
There you go. That's what I meant.
Yeah, they have living quarters, and you care about their happiness.
It's almost like farming.
Well, I think that was the one guy's motivation for saying it was constantly reporting it to Pokemon and whatever else. He didn't like that it was. You could harm them and then force them to do work.
Oh.
I mean, in Pokemon, I harmed them and then crammed them into a tiny ball.
That was somebody's criticism that they levied. Is it an actual claim? How legitimate is that claim? You're glorifying animal abuse? Are you? And who cares?
I mean,
I don't know if we're glorifying it.
TGA glorifies a lot of weird shit that I went to in real life.
That's also
I wouldn't
true.
say glorifying. I would say you can emulate, or you can, run over a hooker after you.
But isn't it like the idea that I wouldn't do this in real life unless I can do it in a video game?
Exactly.
There's fucking, what was the Manhunt, man?
Oh my God.
I'm not going to run around with a nail gun and staple people to the wall.
Do you remember when I came over your
It's
house
still
and we
fun
played
to do
that?
in that game.
Exactly. And yes, I do.
I brought it over, and it was the plastic bag. You're like, why did you pick up the plastic bag?
Yeah.
It's the best weapon in the game.
Oh, that had great, horrible ragdoll physics.
Oh my god, yes.
But yeah, I mean, almost, I don't want to say almost, majority of games are violent and emulate or if I can make it look cool to do horrible, horrible things.
You know, I won't tie someone to the rail of a train with a train coming, but in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's kind of fun to get that dastardly achievement.
It's hard to find
It
a train
is.
nowadays, but yeah.
Well, there's one actually not far from where I live.
Oh,
and
same.
it just went active again a couple years ago.
I can hear the whistle.
During COVID. But okay, so like in Elden Ring, should I be mad that I'm just assaulting random Cronenberg monsters minding their own fucking business?
I was going to say everything.
Everything. They're all just minding their own fucking business, trying to go about their pitiful immortal lives, and I'm here to fuck up your day.
So yeah, that's stupid. And as with everything, like, it's not real. And if you don't, then you need some mental help and, maybe don't play these games.
I'll give you that there are certain things that, like, games probably shouldn't go into.
Or should maybe advertise to children.
All right, there's on the cover of this game is one of them holding a gun.
That's true. So that should at least be like PG-13 in the US.
Maybe. But like, I think the game rating system is pretty good. If you choose not to obey it, like care about it, then
like most people. What's this rating?
Yeah, I mean, I have my qualms with it, but still, it is a fair enough advisory. Like, hey, maybe you're uncomfortable with, I don't know, this amount of violence.
Yeah.
I could give examples of things that cross the line. Like, you probably shouldn't do rape. Probably shouldn't do stuff with kids. That would be crossing the line where it's like, that's unpalatable.
What stuff with kids? You're talking about like raping kids? Yeah, we shouldn't do that.
I don't think we can say that.
Torturing kids depends on if it's in the story or if they're showing it. Because Final Fantasy just had like a kid get like basically murdered, but you don't see any of it. You just hear him plead for you while you're on the floor.
Sure, and I've seen some horrible things in films and for mature audiences. That's definitely happened. It's just a taboo. I get it. If it's part of a story or if it's like, I don't know, like... if
it's rated mature.
L.A. Noire.
Yeah.
L.A. Noire, like the first case you have is that, I forget how old she was, but that rape case.
Yeah. That was pretty...
That was real. That was a real case.
Oh, the one that was trying to be an actress? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
That's based off a real case. I mean, most of those cases were based off real cases, but that was a real thing. They showed, bits of it. But, there's definitely lines to be crossed. I don't think this is one.
No,
this
is
animal cruelty.
Super cartoony. They roll over and go, "Man," when they die. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly of fucking violence.
Allegedly, you can resurrect them some way, somehow. Or that's going to be added. There's something you can make to do it.
I mean, maybe. To my knowledge, there's not anything yet, but I haven't gotten to the bottom of the skill tree,
That could be something that somebody put into like, hey, look, it's not murder.
No, it is. And I shoot them randomly sometimes when they're far away. I don't want them. But still, it's not a real creature, so...
The first thing I did in that game was bludgeon a sheep to death with a stick. And then the lady by the campfire, because I didn't realize the button was whacker.
Oh, no, I whacked her on purpose. It's just the cop got me.
Oh, yeah, the cops got me, too.
You get...
I was like, we're going to fucking...
like a warrant for you.
We're going to Dark Souls this shit. I'm taking all your stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. She didn't drop shit.
Survival.
What I don't like is the cops like just instantly appear though.
They instant transmission. They learned from Goku.
That's whatever, because it's still in early access and whatever, they can appear. I don't like that all the enemies, the human enemies, are exactly the same. They just reskinned with a different outfit and we call them something else. Like obviously they have different weapons and they hit harder, but it's, some gang people, PETA, some cult people. They
What are they,
don't
doing
act
space
any
shuttle?
differently. And why is PETA, whose name is was the Free Pal Alliance or something like that? They're still putting them in cages and shooting them for no reason.
Well, they have a reason. It's to save them from.
So, like, if this was commentary on PETA, that's amazing. But it's just, it wasn't on purpose for that reason.
It's not. Yeah, it's not on purpose.
That's how I took it. like basically, Americans like
If it would have been, that would be astute.
Yes, that would have been amazing.
But it isn't.
Oh, that's how I took it, though.
Well, it is what you make of it. So I'm going with Tom also. Let's see here. So we had an hour and a half with it last week?
Yeah, roughly. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
How buggy was our experience? I don't think at all.
Very slight.
It was more janky than buggy.
Yeah.
Which again, because it feels like a small team made us in early access. It doesn't feel, we didn't crash or anything.
No,
no crashes.
Like the animals and their AI thing or their path thing,
which is on their roadmap.
Like
I think it's bugs, then AI, then PvP, if I remember correctly. That's the roadmap.
Okay. So like connection, we're all over the world. Connection was pretty good.
I would say it was actually.
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that was solid.
Yeah. I mean, Tom is on the opposite side of the planet from us. And that was solid. It was literally, I think almost exactly.
Yeah, like I don't think I can get much further than I am from you guys on this world.
Not on the planet, no. And I was like the entire time we were playing, I'm trying to watch, overall performance. And the only hiccup that I had was you can't place stairs here. But why?
Yeah, that needs a little work too.
Move it back half an inch. Oh, okay.
Personally, too, in my personal game, the only two bugs I've had is occasionally when I start it, it won't open, it won't load. I have to exit out and start it again, which is not that big deal. And so I haven't played in not counting us playing last week. Personally, I haven't played in a week and a half to 2 weeks. There was a big memory leak problem that I was having around that time where the game would just crash because,
okay.
But that was resources. They had put out an update, and I played for 2 days, and that's when it was happening. So it didn't happen when we played, so I assume they fixed it already. So it must have just been something in their update that screwed with my shit.
That made me a little irritated was not being able to put the beds exactly next to each other.
Okay, so go play Animal Crossing and then kill yourself because it's even worse.
I like the options there. This is a direct path in the dirt, self-deletion via Animal Crossing.
No, I feel that. Also, don't do that too. I put all my benches next to each other. It is a pain in the ass to activate them. It cannot figure out which one you want to touch.
Really? Okay.
Separate those. You have to go in at an angle for some of them.
Yeah, I keep them about half a length apart.
I put my first base in a horrible position, so I have to cram everything. But I'm not moving it. There's too much shit there.
I mean, I made us a house.
You did, which is more than I have in my personal game. You have to make, I think, a floor, one wall, and a roof, and that's all it requires of you. So that's what I have. And my roof is in the ground because it's connected to my floor.
that would give me fits.
It looks like stairs.
Oh, okay. That would still drive me to
the bare minimum dirt hut or wood hut or whatever. The 1x1.
People have made some.
I made a long house, and then I deleted it, and then I made our house 3 floors, windows.
Yeah, you did a very good job.
You made 3 floors.
Holes. Yeah, it's 3 floors,
Jesus
and you could go up on the roof.
I was busy.
He went hard on it.
I was busy on that other island catching random shit.
That's true. You were.
I was like, I came back with water
I
and
was
tears.
leveling up our base.
Tom was doing actual effective shit.
We all had our roles, and we were all doing them pretty well.
Which is amazing. Like, one, because we're a little special. And it just immediately, like, the defined roles of childhood came right back out.
I was doing the strategic technology build. Chris was out having fun, catching things, murdering things.
I don't think I can make a fence, but that was what I wanted to do next.
You can make something. Walls, maybe?
Can you?
I don't know if it's a fence.
Yeah.
Next project.
I came back with a deer and some water guys and some other leaf thing. All right,
that's true.
I came back with
very
helpful.
Your deer.
Yeah, I told you what I needed.
We have electricity. We don't even need that for like 20 levels.
That deer was the only one that was able to go and chop down trees, so I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yep.
See? And his tree thing is like
still
a 2.
Don't know.
I count as 2 choppies.
Does it?
Yeah.
See, that's so interesting. But I don't understand why. Like, it's not even. It doesn't have a justifiable reason as to why it's as engaging as it is. They captured lightning in a bottle.
The gameplay loop is amazing. It's nothing special, but it's amazing. It's fun.
Yes. And I guess it just hit at a perfect time.
Time goes by so fast.
I think it's that a bunch of us remember how fun Pokemon was. And Pokemon hasn't released a lot of good stuff lately, or stuff that we...
Well, they do their yearly IP or DLC, and then, they check out again.
Right, but also Valheim, that's kind of fallen off, so it's left on kind of a hold there too.
Well, I think Enshrouded.
Enshrouded was supposed to be like the replacement there, or was trying to target there.
Well, it's apparently pretty popular.
I heard it's actually a pretty good game.
It keeps getting suggested to me.
What game? Sorry, I missed the name.
Enshrouded.
Enshrouded.
I'm unfamiliar with this.
I heard it's very similar to Valheim.
Yeah.
And I heard that it seems pretty good. But to combine that with the...
It's number 10 on Steam charts.
Yeah, the automation aspect of Palworld via the pals, I think also clicked a lot of the people, like the Factorio people's automation stuff.
Is that just today? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Pulled up Steam charts. Top games by current players. Palworld, number 1. Current, 751,490. Peak players, 2,101,535.
Yep.
Fuck, they won.
See, they just have to beat PUBG for most concurrent.
So, I guess. I mean, PUBG hit 3.2 million back in 2018. They've got another
still the record.
900,000 to go. It is still the record, yeah, but like, wow.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yep.
They are less than 1 million away from it.
And again, this is just in Steam, but I guess technically PUBG is played on their things too.
That's, yeah.
Also, I think Palworld's just getting started.
I think so too.
Know what's crazy? My girlfriend and her office mates were all lawyers. We're talking about getting Palworld.
Yeah, dude. Like 40% of my department are playing Palworld right now. We're about to start I'm not going to say my job, but a company server, so we can all murder each other.
Oh, there you go.
Well, when PvP comes out, anyway.
No one besides my girlfriend has ever played any video games before off the
Holy shit.
phone. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's not a threat, but it should be on Pokemon's radar, Nintendo's radar, because
it should make them wake up and say we have to try harder. And I think you guys said that before.
Well, because they don't. There's no competition, so they can put out nothing. The last one, the Scarlet and Violet, besides being an eyesore and a buggy mess, which the eyesore thing is more to do with the Switch's hardware.
Yeah.
But still, crazy ass bugs. Their big thing, too, they kept promising was like, oh, it's the first one's going to be multiplayer. We have all these new things, the new badges.
Was barely.
The multiplayer is just me and you can be on in the same world, but we can't interact with each other or fight with each other or fight the same things. You don't even see the Pokemon that I see. There is a soccer field in the game, right, where you push around this giant olive that has something to do with Pokemon. And even if we push that around and you're on the field with me, my olive is not your olive. So we can't even play bullshit soccer with each other. Like, you know how simple that would have been to just be like, oh, let's, So really all it is, I can wave to you while I'm playing my game. That's their multiplayer.
Yeah. I progressed with Jess through that, and I didn't have any bugs that were noticeable, and I didn't have the terrible experience, and I wasn't upset with the way that it looked, because that was my expectation. What that looked like was basically what I was expecting from Pokemon. I don't know if it's just because I have like battered housewife syndrome with Game Freak.
You're a little jaded.
Maybe.
I've been playing them because Erica keeps wanting it, but I told her I think unless something crazy happens, I'm done.
Oh, I was done way long ago.
No, like I don't want to. They're just stupid. That whole choose your own path thing was a lie too. You can't choose your own path because if you did one of those whole paths, if you went back to the other one, you would steamroll it.
That's what I did. I went from the 3rd gym to like the 5th, and just I plowed through everything.
Yeah, it was horribly put together. They put no effort. It's what they do with most of their main titles now, because you're gonna buy it. So why?
Of course.
Why do I try? I can put whatever you're complaining about a feature for the next game in the future, one at a time.
Yeah. And I think they do that on purpose.
100%.
But my last point on that was I played that entire game basically playing multiplayer with Jess. We were in the same world. I had forgotten that we were in the same world until we wound up in the same town together. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
right.
Because all you can do is see the other person. I mean, you could trade and fight them, but that's always been in Pokemon since the Game Boy. So
sure.
Other than that, it's just I'm here with you. There's nothing we can do together. We can't catch the same shit. And then you got Temtem that you can play that entire game with a partner, the whole story, and you're actually with them, and you will see the same Tems and catch. You know what I mean?
But that was brought up no time at all ever in the comparisons with Palworld and Pokemon. Nobody brought up Temtem. They brought up Cassette Beasts, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
There was when Temtem kind of first came out. It wasn't that bad because they look worse.
Right.
But
no, but I mean, like, now nobody brought it up with Palworld.
Oh, I think people forgot about that game.
One person. Did they really?
I think so.
That's a shame. It had promise, and it didn't seem like it was bad.
It's a really fun game. Get it if it's on sale. They're not adding anything to it, like story or Temtem wise. If anything, they'll make a sequel.
Could be worse.
They jacked one of them though. There's I don't know its name, but there's a pal that's a monkey. It's like a normal monkey. It looks exactly like the fucking monkey from Temtem.
Oh yeah, good. No, I mean, I don't know. It seems, and I don't want to belittle people's complaints because maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like everything that people were complaining about wasn't that big of a deal.
Everyone. Get some valid complaints, bro. Like, exactly. It's just, you're all just nitpicking. You're mad because it's not Nintendo. What was it, Yahtzee? I forget what game it was, but he was fucking years ago. He's like, Nintendo doesn't need you to fight its battles. It doesn't care about your opinion about its battles either. It's a big boy that's making way too much money that's probably pissing on these reviews right now.
I think he restated that last week.
No, he's not doing anything anymore. I forget why, but he left.
He left.
What is it? The Escapist or some shit?
Yeah.
Him and a bunch of people did.
No. So they have their own thing. They started.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the new thing, but they did leave.
I watch him. They did still. They left, like when he comes up.
A couple of weeks ago, I went to go look up his stuff because I haven't seen something in a while. They left, so I guess they started up whatever their new thing is called.
I forget that. We should have done something about that. Second Wind. So yeah, they went to Second Wind. They started this thing, and they're just getting it off the ground. They're not taking salaries or anything yet.
Okay, cool. Because I assumed he would do something else. I just haven't looked into it.
I forget what was the thing that happened with them.
I don't know. I looked at it really quick, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah, I don't know that I care. I just care that he and the rest of the team like left and started their own thing. And as soon as I've heard that they left and they were starting Second Wind, it came up on my suggested. I immediately subscribed. Ow. Fuck, that was my ankle. Ow. Jesus.
Oh, they fired someone, so they all left with him.
Oh, there you go. Wasn't it like one of the founders?
It just says they're editor-in-chief.
Yeah, whatever.
I could look at it as more, but I feel like that's a lot for right now.
No, don't care. We could still get the 5-minute Yahtzee review. That's, for the most part, entertaining.
I mean, even when I don't agree with what he would say, I at least like how he explained why he said it. You know what I mean? Like, I could love the game, and he'd be like, well, this is fucking stupid. Like, you're right. That was fucking stupid. Still like the game.
Well, there's been plenty of games where he goes across and he's like, yeah, the first half of it was phenomenal, and then I got fucking bored. All right.
Vice versa.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's all I think I had for Palworld.
Does anybody have complaints about Palworld?
No.
I mean, really, again, the enemies, I just need that. And some story as to why each one of them owns a tower and why I care.
That, yeah. Maybe a hub city of some sort.
I'm cool with, I mean, it'd be nice to have a hub city, but I like the whole I washed up on a ship here. Kind of feels like random and everything is trash. So I'm okay with that. But if they, I would take one too. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then I would say you got to give me some kind of like civilization of somewhere.
There's ruins of an ancient civilization that's all like technological, but there's nothing there. I flew over it and like, there's like pals and treasure chests, but there's no one living there.
Or like some armada of ships they're supporting all these people.
Yeah, like where are they getting their shit from?
They're traveling merchants.
If they can leave, I should be able to.
Build a boat, bitch. Can
you build a boat?
No, you cannot.
Well, then I can't.
That's what slave labor is for.
You can fly on them.
Yeah, you can fly and swim. And if
swimming seems pointless if you could fly.
Yeah, you might not have a flying one. I think you might be able to swim faster at first. But because flying drains your stamina real quick. But if you run out of stamina and you're over the water, you just fly above the water until you get it back.
My luck, I'll wind up with a non-flying swimming one. I'll be like, guys, I can follow you at the perimeter of this land. It's a beautiful archipelago. You should come and enjoy.
Well, and they make grappling hooks and other crap.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's good. It's fun. I want to see it successful.
Yeah, it's got a lot of promise. They have so much capital right now. I
prefer it with friends.
Oh, yeah.
I like both.
That's most things.
I like both. Playing with you guys is really fun, but I also liked, fucking around. My own shit.
Playing alone gets like a little monotonous to me.
Do some other shit. I don't know.
It can. I mean, I haven't played it. I played the demo. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Oh yeah,
came out
what do you
yesterday,
play the demo on? Because I can't find the demo.
PlayStation 3.
Okay, there's no demo for PS5.
It's on or PlayStation 4. Yes, there is a PlayStation 5 demo.
Bullshit! I looked for it like 6 times.
It's also not spelled like you might think.
Yeah, I know. It's Grand, no D, Blue. I found the game. Yeah. There's no demo. It's also not crossplay, which sucks.
It is not. There it is.
Yeah, lies.
PS4, PS5. Yeah, it's right here. Not that this helps you in any way, shape, or form, but there you go. Posted it in chat. That is a weird multiplayer. Like the story is only single player. 4 people, JRPG, kind of like Tales.
What's the multiplayer? I'm sorry.
The multiplayer is a missions table, basically, and you go out on the missions, and it's like a boss fight, a horde fight.
Oh.
Explore this village. It's very fun. I imagine it's very fun with friends, especially because of the characters. It slams me right in the nostalgia hard. For whatever reason, it is Crystal Chronicles to me. I don't know why. Like the music, the mystique, the aesthetic. it all hits like Crystal Chronicles and the individual characters, and then forging the weapons and not really the armor, but getting like the sigils. It's just I don't get it. I don't know why, but that fucking demo, people were putting real-time hours in it, like 20 hours plus. I put 5.
That's a lot for you.
I heard the game is fantastic if you're not playing on PC. PC's apparently having a bunch of issues right now.
Yeah. It doesn't play well with all systems hardware, but it's fine on mine. So sucks to be not me. But that's a weird implementation of multiplayer, and I would prefer to have like the Palworld where everything could be multiplayer to that.
Oh, we got to play fucking Raven's
That's my only complaint. Yeah, we do.
You got to help me unlock fucking Geppetto.
Okay. There's jokes there.
I think that's all that's out that I'm missing.
I'm down. Quick, somebody say something horrible.
Oh, I need the Monkey King too.
Or the slave labor that you can
Yeah,
Pokeball black people or something. I don't know.
If anything, it's anti-slave labor because catching humans sucks. They're not good at fighting. They're not good at working. They make a little bit of money selling, but they're paying the ass to catch. So really, it's telling you it's not worth it.
Wait, can you actually catch the people?
Yeah, you can.
You can.
That's priceless.
You can rename, pet, and murder them too if you want with the meat cleaver.
You can pet them.
Priceless. I heard nobody complain about that.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
That's there.
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
That is fair, but I didn't see that as a complaint when I was going through. Most likely because I wasn't looking for it. But
that was a pretty you probably should have not put that in.
The game tells you
it.
that it's not good to catch humans. It's unethical. All right, that's your fault for being horrible.
I just wanted to see how far they had allowed me to go.
See, and I tried, and she broke out, and I just thought that's what happened.
No, the catch rates are ridiculously low.
Yeah, they're a little bit lower for humans.
Fucking opposable thumbs. Well, that does it. Madam Secretary, take care of the rest.
Calamity. Travesty. Surviving staff. The board meetings have concluded. It is now safe to resume normal work functions. Hazard signs will be placed at all biological spill sites. Watch your step. The injured will be humanely recycled into vegan lunch options for underprivileged, inner-city children. This is a green company, after all. There will be Fig Newtons and Crystal Light in the break room for those allowed breaks. It's a long one. 3 minutes for each of you. And don't touch my apple slices. Honeycrisp. Find joy where you can. The next board meetings will be soon. God remains dead, and we have killed him.